Professional rugby league could extend up and down the eastern seaboard of the U.S. within years on the back of the successful Toronto Wolfpack experiment as the Rugby Football League fields further interest in establishing teams in some of America's biggest cities. Representatives wanting to establish franchises in Boston and Philadelphia, as well as Hamilton in Canada, have approached RFL executives about inclusion in England's domestic competition, which is on the brink of expanding rapidly in North America. It comes on top of the highly publicized New York bid team's effort to create an elite rugby league side in the Big Apple, adding to Toronto's stunning first-year success as League One champions and earning promotion to England's second tier. Rugby League World Cup officials are set to take the game's international showpiece to the US in 2025, by which time there could be multiple professional outfits tracking across the Atlantic to play regularly in the English Super League. And they could be laden with NRL talent seeking new adventures on the other side of the globe. Boston, Philadelphia and potentially Hamilton. There are discussions going on with interested parties, Rugby Football League boss Nigel Wood told Fairfax Media. We should celebrate the fact Rugby League has actually delivered the first transatlantic club in domestic competition. The Jacksonville Jaguars and other NFL sides have played at Wembley for the last 10 years, and there's all this talk about putting a team in London. Who knows what will happen? But whilst all this has been discussed and talked about, Rugby League has slipped around the blind side and has put a club into its competition, with more to follow. RFL executives are hell-bent on establishing a development program for any potential North American outfits, not satisfied with parachuting in dozens of NRL and Super League players to fill rosters. A traveling international nines concept is also one idea being discussed as a platform for the game to get a foothold in the US. It might not be the only foreign market Rugby League is looking to tap into, with a plan to play World Club Challenge matches in places such as the US, Dubai and Singapore to be explored to reduce the travel burden on the NRL and English Super League champions. A proposal for the much-maligned one-off match to crown the world's best club side to alternate between the Northern and Southern Hemisphere, not necessarily in Britain and Australia, is to be put on the table next year. Melbourne will host English Super League champions Leeds in February after the NRL premiers balked at an around-the-world trip to a bitter UK, given the extreme demands placed on several of their stars after an exhausting World Cup campaign. Australian captain and Golden Boot winner Cameron Smith, as well as Storm wizard Billy Slater, will only return to pre-season just a matter of weeks before taking on the Rhinos. On the ongoing World Club Challenge venue, Wood said, it can alternate between the United Kingdom and Australia. The English clubs will host it every time if there's a reluctance from everybody else, and most people think the obvious thing is to play somewhere neutral. That could be one flight only. That brings in places like the States, the Far East and Middle East, with places like Dubai, and then you have the Hong Kong or Singapore option. They're all on the table, and if we can build the right relationships within the next 5 years, that's something we could achieve, and other sports manage to do it.